Alright, so this is my myofascial release and lengthening techniques. I can't use Joel because we couldn't meet up, so I'm just going to do myself. So the two muscles groups that I have that are overactive are my lats and my hamstrings. So the first ones to start off with is some SMR for my lats. I'm going to use the foam roll, go to the side. I'm going to stretch my arm in line with my ear, make sure my body's nice and straight, and turn my thumb facing the posterior side of my body to make sure I engage the whole lat in the stretch. So you do this 2 times the side for about 30 seconds. So I do this side, switch over the other side, making sure my thumb is facing back. And then the next one, for just a stretch, I would like to use the stretching poles that we have in the lab, where you stretch the whole lateral line. Since I don't have that, just have this little table, then you go down, and sit and stretch your lats out nice straight back, and drop the head to get the full muscle involved. And you'd hold this 2 times for 30 seconds. And then for the last one, for a neuromuscular stretch for the lat, you'd sit. And what you're going to do is you want to make sure everything's nice and straight, back straight. And I'd be applying pressure down towards the table for about 15 seconds at about 25%. So I'd be pressing down, and I'd hold it. And then after the 15 seconds, I'd raise my arm and stretch it towards my ear. And you'd hold this for 30 seconds. Then when I was done that one, the next set I would give about 50%. So the first time we did 25%, this time I'd be pressing down to 50%. And then after that 7 to 15 seconds, I pull my arm back across my head. And then so on and so forth. You do both sides up to 100%. So 25, 50, 75, 100 on my left arm. And then I'll do 25, 75, or 25, 50, 75, 100 on my right side. So the next muscle group that are overactive, me or my hamstrings. So the first one for our SMR, I just have the foam roll again. Sit down, and I put it right in the middle of my hamstring and cross legs and lift my butt up off the ground. So from the side one, if I was doing my right leg, be here, use my arms to elevate up, and then I'd relax and I would hold this for 30 to 60 seconds a leg, and you do each leg twice. This is the right leg. And then the left leg. Next one, for the stretch I like to do, you just go down and just be a common stretch. Most people, when they do this stretch, they use their back to kind of flex, so they'll be flexing their back like this when you're not involving your hamstrings totally. So a way to avoid that is you do one leg at a time, and you keep your back nice and straight, so there's no flexion in your lumbar. And you just reach forwards, and it'll target that hamstring that the leg's straight on more than if you do 2 legs and do lumbar flexion. And then this one is the same. You'd hold each leg for 15 to 30 seconds. You'd reach a nice straight back and really get the hamstring involved. So since I can't do the neuromuscular stretch on myself, and yeah, my mom is coming, I'm just going to do it on her. So this is what I would do for my hamstring. So let's get her lay down. Yep. Back up just a bit. Cool. So first, I'll make sure everything's nice and flat, legs are down. So if I was going to do her left leg, I'd put it in here, and go, her leg would straighten up to here, and we get it to where she can keep it straight. Big thing to watch for when you're doing this is to make sure this hip stays down and this knee stays down, because if this is how far I can flex her with her leg straight, if we bend this leg, it takes some of the pressure off of her hip, and then the tension's all the way up here. So taking the hip, or adding the hip, gives you, it's almost like cheating. So what you want to do is make sure that this leg is straight. So what I'm going to ask her to do is she's going to press down into my hands for 7 to 15 seconds. So go, and then I'm making sure that her hip stays down, so I can either use this hand or my knee to hold it. 7, we'll go 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then I'm going to try to make sure her knee stays straight, and I'm going to go this far. I'll hold it here for about 30 seconds, so I'm reaching that point of tension. So when that 30 seconds was up, I'll get her to apply pressure again from this point for about 7 to 15 seconds. Keep pushing. And then relax. And then her point of tension gets a little higher. So we do that about 3-4 times until she got to that point, and then we'd alternate to the other leg. And that's it.